Hey everyone, welcome to the Pawareness podcast, and thanks for joining me. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube, and also check us out at pawareness.org and on Instagram at pawareness_official. On Instagram, we are doing submissions for Pet of the Week, where you can submit your foster pet, and we'll pick one winner every month, and we'll give $200 to their choice of charity or foster. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this episode.
Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Pawareness podcast. Today I have Michael Habicht, one of the co-owners of Healthy Paws Herbal Labs. I'm excited to have you on today. I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and a little about what you guys do.
Hi, I'm Michael Habicht, and I'm one of the co-owners of Healthy Paws Herbal Labs. And what we do is we actually create formulas for the common ailments for everyday pets. And so instead of having to run to the vet all the time, if your dog has allergies, diarrhea, if they have arthritis, or even if they have social anxiety, we have formulas that actually help assist and relieve these issues in the pet. Instead of having to go to a vet every day, you can actually have this kind of like on your shelf for those emergencies.
And for someone new here that may not know what herbal medicine is that just can you just go buy it from you guys? Like, is that how that works? And then do I need to get like vet approval? I'm sure there's like, I buy special dog food for my dog and I have to like input my vet's information when I buy it on Amazon. What's that like?
We have 9 formulas that we keep in stock all the time. And that's no more drama for anxiety. That's ouchy for pain relief. That's itchy scratchy for allergies. That's poo-poo problems, which is diarrhea. Can't poo-poo, which is constipation. We have a Forever Young, which is a longevity, which is great for a dog when they're in their golden years. And then we have pee-pee issues for UTIs for cats or dogs as well. And then we have also the last one is eat, is like if an animal comes out of surgery or something like that and their appetite's really just not there, it's an appetite stimulant. So those are off the shelf. Every once in a while, we do have people that will come to us and say, well, I know your product line, but my dog's having this issue and I don't know if it works for my dog or cat. And so what we do is we offer a free consultation with our doctor, Dr. Kyle, and he'll break down the symptoms and all that and understand what's going on. And if we need to, then we will actually do a custom formula for that animal. So then that's where we actually go back in the lab and actually make that custom formula for that particular issue.
That's really cool. And what are some of the advantages going this route as opposed to just, getting some other dog food, right? Like what's kind of what's that like?
Well, what it is, if you can imagine, it's like, let's say just us as humans. If we have allergies, our first instinct is to go to the drugstore, maybe get like a Benadryl, some antihistamine product, and take that. Well, what that does, it just relieves the symptoms. And so you're really kind of masking what's going on with the dog or the cat's allergies. Where our herbal formula, it really gets to the root of the cause. So we dig deeper than just mask. We don't mask the issue. We get to the deep root of the cause. And what happens is we actually help build the animal's immune system to start fighting off their allergies, to get immune to the allergies. So that's the difference. It's either, a pharmaceutical will actually like just cover up the issue maybe for a few hours, like a Benadryl, let's say, where ours, over a period of a week, 2 weeks of taking it, it will actually relieve the actual issue.
That's really cool. And I think it's, exactly what us pet owners are looking for. So let's go back to the start of this company. What was that like? How, when and how did it kind of come to be to where it's at today?
It's a great story. My partner, Dr. Kyle, he's an acupuncturist and he does herbal formulas for all his clients. And he went to visit his brother in Las Vegas and he noticed that his brother's dog was sitting there scratching, itching, and just going crazy. And he's like, what's going on? And his brother says, well, Zoe's had allergies this season. I don't know where they came from, but she's lost her hair in some spaces, and she's got some hot spots, but she just is gnawing at her paws and all that. And he goes, well, let me go back to my lab back in LA and let me formulate one of my herbal products that I would do for humans. And sure enough, he put it in the mail, sent it to his brother, and all of a sudden his brother called like a day later and says, "Oh my God, Kyle, I can't believe it. My vet has, prescribed this, that, whatever, and nothing's really, it masked the problem. Like I was saying earlier, it masked the problem, but it never really stopped the problem. And within a week, she stopped itching. Within 2 weeks, her hair started growing back in her spots. And Kyle was like, "Oh my God, this is great." This, and he studied Chinese herbs in his classes. And so in his practice, he started talking to all his clients about the success and how he was even amazed how well it worked for his dog, his brother's dog. And the client started going, "Well, my dog, has diarrhea from time to time. What can I do with that?" And sure enough, he mixed the formula together, gave it to his client, and the client came back going, "Oh my God, this worked wonders," And so it kind of started snowballing from there where, someone said, "My dog has this anxiety. I got him, got my dog from a rescue, and it's just like, it's always scared and all that and really nervous. And, what can you do for that?" And he created another formula, and it was for a calming formula, and that helped with the anxiety. And that's actually one of our best sellers too, because here in the United States, we have 4th of July. And when the fireworks go off, how many dogs get scared or alarmed or like run from the noise? And so this really helps take the edge off of that experience for them.
Wow, that's really cool. I like how you mentioned too, it's kind of like you're taking some of this like maybe Eastern medicine, so to speak, and you're kind of bringing it over here, to more Western. And what's some common pushback you guys get, or maybe misconceptions? I mean, do you get any of that? I like the natural approach. I'm a fan of the natural approach, rather than, hey, let's get our dogs on all these medications, right? Like, why not try something like this? But do you get any pushback or no?
I think the pushback we get is the interpretation people have of just life in general. They're so used going to the vet, or they're so used going to the doctor for themselves and getting pharmaceutical drugs. So when they look at, if they're not aware of Chinese medicine, they're just like, I don't know if is that hocus pocus, maybe perhaps. But in today's time, what we're finding, Chris, is that so many people are looking for that alternative, solution for their pets, just like they are for themselves. And, like I mentioned, is that I do a lot of rooms on Clubhouse, and I do them in nutrition. I do them in dog training. I do them in separation anxiety. One of my big rooms is, pandemic puppies, where, we're starting to see a lot of puppies this last year. They were raised and they were born into COVID, which meant that they were with their parents 24/7. So they really never had this social, introduction to their life where they were actually socialized with other pets, other people. They were with their parents 24/7. Now people are starting to go back to work, and these dogs are like, "Oh, well, where's mom? Where's dad?" And the anxiety level these dogs are having is just, it's on an upswing, and we just see it getting louder and louder with the dogs. So the pushback, if we get any pushback, it's more of people's not knowing. I always say it's what we don't know, we don't know. Because like the Chinese medicine, these herbs, that's exactly what our formulas are based on. Ancient Chinese recipes that the Chinese have been using for centuries, and they haven't only been using it for themselves. They've actually been using it on their livestock to get their livestock through a season, so that when it comes to harvest them, then they're healthy and they make it through the winters and all that. So these herbs, the Chinese rely on them for their longevity. It's just it's a holistic way of approaching things. And, the herbs just work so naturally with our body, and it's not a chemical like pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. And I think that they're, like you said, the proof is that they've been doing this for thousands of years. And I really like that. And you mentioned this before the call, and you touched on the lines that you currently have. What's the, rolling out of anything new? Are you looking at anything new? And how frequently do you guys do that? What's that like?
Well, it's so beautiful. And thank you for asking, is that because, I mentioned Clubhouse again. And for people that don't know, Clubhouse is kind of like an online platform where people can do kind of like a podcast like we're doing here, but you have many people in the room together and they can ask questions. But so by doing this, I've been on it for 3 months, and we've had our product. And we've just, we always thought we'd be here in the United States shipping, domestically. And by being on Clubhouse and I'm meeting people from around the world, they're starting to go, oh my God, we want your product here. I've met vets. I want to be able to give it to my clients. But the thing that we came up against is so many countries have different regulations on hemp products going into the countries. And so what we did is we're like, okay, this is an aha moment for us. And we're going to now open up our line and create a new, we call it the essentials right now. And it's really, we've taken out the hemp oil. So then everybody in the world now can access our products. It's all, once again, and our products are really our base formulas are all Chinese herbs. So the same formulas are there. We're just, we've taken out the hemp. So now we can allow, the whole world to take advantage of it. And everybody's so excited about it. And we're getting it's probably going to be released probably here in the next month.
Cool. And where can someone, if they're interested in buying your products, where do we do that at?
They could just visit our website. Right now, they could go to Healthy Paws Herbal Labs and just, order direct from there. We are in a retail location here called Rainbow in Venice Beach. And we do have other retailers looking at our product right now that actually bring it in their location. And I think once, with the essential product that we're getting ready to release, it's actually going to open the doors to more retail locations that people can find it. But right now it's online.
That's really cool. I feel like after this last year, we're all used to online shopping. So no problems there, I'm sure. I guess another question too is you mentioned that this, can cats, is this just for dogs? Is it for cats? And then also if it is for, only dogs, are there specific types of dog breeds or is it just all dog breeds?
It's for cats. It's for dogs. We even have people that have come to us for their horse. So once again, it's these Chinese formulas. They don't segregate, an animal. It's for every animal out there. It's just that the dosages are different. For a cat, it's going to be a smaller dose. For a dog, it's going to be a different dose. And even for a larger dog, it's going to be a different dose. That's the only difference. So there's no breed specific that it's like it just, for Dobermans or anything like that. It's not, all breeds, all animals.
Just sizes differ based on the size. It's going to be a different amount you use, right?
Exactly. Like if you were having back pain and you wanted to take our Ouchie, you could take it because it's human grade. Everything's organic and holistic and, it's human grade. So you could even take it for yourself. You just increase the dosage.
Perfect. Love it. Yeah. I mean, I want to ask too, when did you guys start and what are your plans going into this year? I know you mentioned rolling out a new product. You're now on Clubhouse more. Like, what's that like for you? More retailers. It sounds like you guys are growing pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of something, we always felt like we were just going to slowly just introduce our product to the United States. And, just by being on Clubhouse, it just kind of really pivoted our whole product line because people were aware of it. Like any company, any startup company, we did the Facebook ads, we did the Instagram just to get our name out there, especially during COVID, because we couldn't go retail. We couldn't be in front of people. So we did all those ads, but here being on Clubhouse is actually putting us right in front of the end user. I discuss all my rooms are around dogs. And so I have all these dog owners coming in and I have all these vets coming in. I have all these, trainers. And so all of them are like listening to it and they're like, oh my God, I'm a trainer. I deal with these dogs with separation anxiety all the time. I would love to have your product to be able to suggest it to my clients. So it just really has opened it up. And like I said earlier, it's like it opened it up to the world. I have a veterinarian. Her name is Dr. Christina, and she's in Liverpool. And she received one of our boxes and her dog had a hip replacement. And she's like, Michael, she goes, I can't tell you how incredible this is because being a vet, we had to give our dog a pharmaceutical for the pain and all that. And this is not, this is organic. It's natural. And he's just like really calm and relaxed. And he's like, his pain just kind of like melts away. And it's just, so our future is, we believe in baby steps, always doing things in a baby step, because you've seen companies where all of a sudden they hit the market and they get so big overnight, they can't handle it. So we just are grown just, the way nature wants us to grow, one leaf at a time, let's say.
I really, really dig that approach because Yeah, you can easily get caught up in overexpanding too quickly. And we all know what happens when that happens, when it's just not good. So
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, where can people find you? I know you touched on Clubhouse. I've seen you guys on Instagram. You mentioned a website. Where can people find you if they want to listen to you, talk or ask you some questions?
I would say join Clubhouse. And if you're not a member, you have to have an iPhone right now. They're in beta test, so they don't have it on Android yet. They're getting ready to release it. But you do have to be invited by somebody. So I even let people DM me because, Clubhouse has given me all these extra invites. And so I could let people join us on Clubhouse. And what's so beautiful is I host, like I said, basically like over 60 rooms. I talk about topics, everything about like grief, losing your pet. We even dive into that side of the pet ownership because we as humans, we're built to last, 70, 80, 90 years, on the best, where our dogs, they're built to last 12, 15 years, sometimes a little longer. So we do go through so many animals. So one of my favorite rooms is called Grief is Love, and that's on Mondays, but I have like step by step. What's the first step that you take your puppy into training? We have another one called Food for Thought. You were talking about earlier about your dog with your food and you have to call and, give all this information. I've actually, and I didn't realize this was going to happen when I first got on Clubhouse, but I started looking for a nutritionist on Clubhouse and I found this one guy, his name's Ryan Cameron. And he ends up being like this incredible writer on all these topics about pet food. And so I've learned so much. In fact, today, I got another book. I've been getting one book after another book from people that have met me on Clubhouse saying, oh my God, I want you to read my book. Check this out. And I want to read their books because I'm learning so much more about pets. So people can find me on Clubhouse.
That's really cool. I have to get on there now. I have an account. I just haven't, put myself out there. And can people re-listen to old talks, or do you need to make sure you're there for the actual discussion?
I'm so happy you asked that. When I first got on Clubhouse, I kept getting these DMs like, people would say, oh my God, I got in halfway through your room today. And I wish I would have been there during the beginning. Are you recording them? Well, Clubhouse is really specific on how to record and all that. And so I had to get all the special equipment and put it all together. In fact, this mic is one, the the headsets and all this, like everyday user, I was doing this with my iPhone, doing Clubhouse like this. And so now I am starting to record all the rooms so then people can, we are going to be posting them as blogs on our website. And I am going to actually do a podcast with them and then potentially then bring those guests that I have on Clubhouse into podcasts like this.
That's awesome, man. That's really exciting stuff. And it just goes to show what you can do when you put yourself out there, and one person can do so much and really, make that effect and get in touch with so many people. So thanks a lot for coming on, man. It was a pleasure talking with you, and hope to talk again. Definitely going to be seeing you on Clubhouse for sure.
Yeah, come join, because it's like there's, I call them my pack. There's all these people that, join us all the time. And it's this really a beautiful community. And, people come in one week and say, my dog's doing this. What do I do? And the trainers will say, do this. And they'll come back the next week going, oh my God, I had such great success. So definitely, I hope to see you there. You'll join the pack and you'll be running with us.
Perfect. I can't wait. Thank you so much, man.
All right. Thank you, Chris, so much for inviting me on today. And everybody, have a incredible life with your dog and set your dog up to win, your cat up to win. Look at the holistic, side of life for your dogs, just like you do for yourself, or a more organic way. And it's just, that I see everybody's looking for that. And so we're here to help.
I couldn't have said it any better. Check out the link. Everything we talked about will be in the description below, no matter where you're listening. Check it out and join these guys. Thanks.